You can tell when they're
Yes,
missing.
it's very, very evident when a Hades is missing.
All right, so we are getting into our first game here. It will be Duel at Dawn, one of the smallest maps we've got on tap here. Of course, a lot of cloud cover, a lot of debris to get knocked into. So we'll see how the two teams play this map. There's such a wide variety of ways that you can actually go about playing on this map.
Right. Anyway, here we go with the loadouts. First off, on the Ares, we have a Hades Artemis front. We have a Gatling mortar side. And on the Bridget Blind side, we have a Gatling mortar front. And we have a Flare mortar side.
Yep. And on the Devil's Food Galleon that we were talking about previously, that's got that Hwacha Lumberjack side with Hwacha Carronade on the other side, and also a Hades and a Beacon Flare Gun in the back. And on the Anubis, we've got Gatling Mortar front with Carronade Artemis on the side. And as we were talking about the Anubis having a gunner as well, they no longer do. They have gone to 3 engineers instead. Maybe they heard us and decided to throw a wrench in my gunner loving.
Oh yeah, throw another spanner on the team loadout, so to speak. Anyway, here we go. As the Ares has got the Devil's Food spotted, the fire's going down. Hades and Artemis connecting. Already taken out one of the engines on the Devil's Food. Not one of the weapons, unfortunately for them. Oh,
yeah,
those Hwachas hit
coming
home
back
on the
on
Bridget
the
blind side, taking out the balloon. Well,
but the Anubis and the Devil's
balloon.
Food actually bump into each other a little bit here, throwing out the Devil's Food arc just a tiny bit. Thankfully, they managed to recover fairly well. And
Anubis charging in on the Bridget blind side. Bridget blind side has been blindsided. Its armor's down. Oh, Bridget blind side being turned the wrong way, and so's Anubis.
Yeah, Anubis took a lot of damage there suddenly. It lost its armor. Devil's Food armor is still down. Is there nobody on the hall in the Devil's Food?
Devil's Food needs to start doing some damage here. Oh, good. Reasonable Hwacha hits. Well, okay, about half of them missed. And now Anubis taking devastating damage. Anubis about to go down. The hull's just barely alive. Oh, the Artemis shot. The last Artemis shot missed, allowing Anubis to stay alive a bit longer.
But Anubis is still turned in all sorts of wrong directions, and the Ares finishes it off with another set of those Hades and Artemis bursts. In the meantime, Bridget Blindside still shooting off the Devil's Food here, and the Devil's Food is, well, going to be the food for the devil right now, because that's not going to last very long.
Yes, food for the sacrilegious ones, indeed. As the armor goes down on the Devil's Food, so's the balloon. Can the Devil's Food just manage to
there
slip
goes
through
those
this
mortar
hole?
shots coming in, being just completely hitting, basically hitting every single one of those mortar shots. Of course, with the Galleon big enough, and well, there you go. That's a 2-0 lead for Sacrilege.
This is a very awkward spot to engage in if you are a Galleon. It really does favour these short-range brawly weapons and just these close quarters, tight enclosed spaces.
Well, Ares and Bridget Blindside charging on fourth. They have gotten the scent of the Anubis. Let's see.
Oh, Anubis takes a bounce off one of the ribs, knocks his gun arcs out, and now he could be under focus fire here. Well, Anubis could go down very quickly.
More of the problem was that they lost all momentum, and now they're just getting caught by the Bridget Blindside. Devil's Food.
Ares hanging back.
Oh, Anubis taking so much damage. Bridget Blindside also and goes down to that Hwacha barrage.
Ares was hanging back. Ares was just letting his ally charge into a 2-on-1 situation. It wasn't really providing enough support.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does have those longer range guns, so I could see a little bit of why they would do that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they did take a little bit of a bounce off something.
Focus firing. They were the Ares was firing on the Devil's Food, while the Bridget Blindside was charging the Anubis. The coordination wasn't quite there. But the Ares looks like he might be able to get away.
Come raining on into the Ares, and
I think he can probably glide over though.
Oh no, it's balloon is lost, and now it's backing up.
Trying to zone out. No, he can't zone them both out.
Coming in, and that's
Bridget Blindside though coming in, blindsiding the Anubis with that Gatling.
In the meantime, the Ares does go down. Can Anubis Stay alive here is the... Oh, Bridget Blindside
Oh,
takes a
what a
bounce!
bounce! Catastrophic bounce for the Bridget Blindside. He might have got a kill on the Anubis.
Oh, the Devil's Food is shooting at its own ship. Don't do that. That's
Oh
just wasting
dear.
ammo.
Oh dear, this is a complete disaster here.
Blindside still bouncing around.
Oh, Anubis took a little bit of a bounce as well.
And now the Bridget Blindside has turned completely the wrong way off the Anubis.
Well,
Taking Hwatcher barrages.
the Bridget Blindside committed to charging the Anubis, but as soon as he took that bounce, yeah, the gamble just completely didn't pay off. However,
Anubis
the
is
Ares
going to be
is
in a
coming
lot of
in,
troubles.
missing quite a few of those Hades shots.
Well, hitting enough to where that
do
armor
some
is getting
do
fairly
some good
low.
damage.
And the problem is that the Blindside is
I'll
now...
focus fire now.
Yep. Hwatcher barrage coming in doesn't really do
a lot of missed
anything.
Hades shots. A lot of missed Hades shots.
And there you go.
dear.
That's what I was talking about. You could definitely tell when those Hades are
Yes,
missing.
yes, you can.
Few of them
but
connecting here.
More of them, yeah, the fires that the ones
But
that
miss,
do connect
miss,
with are
miss,
doing
miss.
the damage. And now Anubis using Moonshine to get behind cover.
Definitely a good escape there by the Anubis, but now Devil's Food is under attack by the long-range capabilities of the Ares. However, I feel like a single Artemis is not going to do quite enough. You see Artemis is generally paired with other Artemises, or Artemi, Artemis. Well, my point is that a single Artemis isn't going to be as effective as a double Artemis, of course. But we will see how well they do. As the Bridget Blindside has taken down Devil's Food armor, completely come raining in with those mortar
Balloons
shots.
on fire, guns are down. Devil's Food could be about to go down here.
Still has that armor down, barely managing to get back up. And it looks like there's a little bit of focus fire going on here.
Bridget
There we go,
Blindside
finally.
not able to keep arcs on the Devil's Food as his balloon goes down.
And
now
the
Ares
is
is
going
charging.
to get a nice little ram there, but honestly, it's a galleon.
I don't think, and
You're
also
not-
he's
not
got that
doing a whole
Hades
lot.
and Artemis. There's really no reason to just charge in close range,
Oh, and
especially
takes
when you got
a
that
huge
Watcher.
Watcher barrage in the face instead, and gets taken down by the Anubis afterwards.
That's the Watcher for you. That's why he's got it on that side. When they try and charge that side, unfortunately, they've got a Watcher.
Definitely works out here, but honestly, you shouldn't be charging. Yeah, you should be. Or let me actually rephrase that. You shouldn't be.
Sacrilege. Okay,
actually
Bridget
ramming.
Blindside's about to go down here. Everything's taken down. The balloon's down. Continuing to fire on him, and he's gone. Yes, you see, the Sacrilege have two options here. I mean, either they can keep at long range with the Ares, while the Blindside charges in to get focus fired, or they can both go in together, hoping that the enemy will split their fire. And to be honest, neither option is really ideal.
Well, I mean, honestly, if either of these Sacrilege ships should be trying to ram the galleon, it should be the Bridget Blindside. The Ares ramming it makes absolutely no sense. The Ares should be hanging back,
Well,
providing
the Bridget Blindside
support.
did try to close the distance, but his balloon was taken down by the time he got there.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is that the Ares came in for an actual ram afterwards.
Well,
which just didn't quite make sense to me.
Well, yeah, I'm not quite sure why they did do that. They could have just stayed back, maybe used their Artemi.
That's
anyway,
probably what they should have done. Now the Bridget Blindside hasn't gotten caught out here at the edge of the map, and this is going to be a very bad situation for the Blindside. Now, we should note that the Cakewatch ships are at very low health. So if Sacrilege can get off a couple of kills here, it's not that hard to do so.
Oh, Anubis coming in.
And we'll see which one of these ships manage to survive further. Anubis going down, and that's what I was saying. Ares coming in at the last second there.
They were trying to focus fire the Bridget Blindside, but the Devil's Food is not effective at all at that range. He's not hitting anywhere near enough the Hades, and of course the Watcher's no good. And the Lumberjack wasn't hitting that often either at that distance, especially through all these clouds.
And that's what I was saying. The Cakewatch ships, very, very low health. I mean, once you chew through that armor, these two ships are gonna go down very, very quick. So it's quite possible that Sacrilege can still tie this up, and we'll go to a 4-4. And 4-4 makes for a very exciting finish.
Yes, it does. Oh, the Ares
And
on
the
the blind
Devil's Food
side.
is getting caught out in the
Focus
middle
fire.
here. Yeah, this is not going to go well for the Devil's Food at all. And oh no, Anubis. Okay, Anubis, you cannot go in there right
Oh,
now.
no, no, Anubis. No, back up,
Oh,
back up.
Anubis. No, don't throw this game, Anubis.
Oh,
No.
Anubis is he's too close now. He's invested. He's just got to go for it.
He is taking down the armor,
Oh,
but
Bridget
the Anubis
Blindside's
is
got the
getting
high ground on
disabled.
him, though. And he's got the Ares
Ah,
firing on him as well. I think this is the end for Anubis.
yeah,
Oh,
in
good
comes a
Ram, taking
ram.
almost all of the hull health and finishes it off for a clutch win from Sacrilege.
Just a wonderful comeback there by Sacrilege. I mean, Cake Watch looked very, very strong, but when you've got both of your ships at that low health, you've got to be extremely careful. And you had the Anubis charge forth, getting taken out, and then the Devil's Food being by itself. And, well, Anubis never should have gone in for that last engagement.
No, that was the issue. I think Cake were just getting a little bit overconfident there.
Here we go. All right. Finally getting this match going after a lengthy, lengthy wait.
Huh. Byron saying I said mobular. Did I say mobular?
Yeah, pretty much, but I, I,
Okay.
I anticipated that being the case
It's a
as you are
mobular. Right.
Mobula.
Anyway,
It's
battle
okay,
on.
it's okay.
You
Your
say
accent.
you say mobular, I say mobular. Let's call the whole thing off as the game is ready to get underway here.
All right, well, take it away with
The red loadouts, yes.
red
On the
loadouts.
Ares, we have the Hades Artemis front. We have the Gatling mortar side. On Ye Old Rubbish, we have the Artemis front. Left side Artemis, right side Gat mortar.
And on the Devil's Food, once again, we've got that Huacha Lumberjack side, accompanied by the Hades with the beacon flare in the back. And on the other long side, we've still got the Carronade Huacha combination. So no change on that ship. And on the Anubis, we've got Artemis Gat with a mortar Artemis on the sides. Now, I don't think I have ever seen Gatling partnered up with an Artemis on
I've
any
seen it.
ship.
I've seen it once or twice in pubs. But yeah, this is a bit different. I don't know if those two guns synergize particularly well. I mean, Artemis, quite good disabling medium to long range, especially if there's multiple Artemi. But I'm not sure how well it synergizes with the Gatling, which of course strips armor only at pretty darn close range.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see, if they wanted to use Artemis, I would have maybe liked to see them just throw it onto their broadside, throw two of them onto their broadside, and still keep the front as a more brawly option, or maybe just take double Artemis up front or something
Well,
like that.
yes, God forbid, you just take a look at this here. They've got an Artemis on their left side and an Artemis on their front. I mean, why
Yeah,
not just put both Artemi on one side? Why
on
not
one
have a
side and
long
be done
range
with
side
it.
and a short range side? This is really I got a feeling that they're spreading themselves a bit too thin on the Nubis. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out as the flares go down.
I mean, this will, as I said before, this match here will basically come down to how fast can the Sacrilege team take out the Lumberjack, and how fast can the Lumberjack kill off either of these other two red ships, because this is basically going to be a Lumberjack game.
Well, looks to me like the Sacrilege team are perfectly content to sit back at range and fire the triple Artemi and their, I believe, Hades Artemi on the Galleon.
Yeah, and
That
it's all
is
coming
proving
onto the Galleon.
effective.
They're not even paying
Yep.
any attention to that Pyramidion.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they've taken a look at the Anubis' loadout, they'll know basically it's harmless at this range.
No,
other than
well,
like
now
one
it is
Artemis.
getting some fire on it now, as I believe it was the only spotted ship for a little bit.
I see. Looks to me like the Anubis is using an Artemis bifector, turning to its side. That's
but they
the
are
idea
taking
here.
just so much damage already as it's just getting peppered by these two Sacrilege ships, and it's not going to have very long to live here. Hades coming in, connecting. There's all sorts of guns being taken out, and I mean, this is basically right now is when Devil's Food really had an opportunity to get some nice shots in, but as you can see, those lumberjack shots are just falling short of the Ares. They basically, I don't think they managed to connect with any of those lumberjack shots, and
Well,
I mean, there goes another one.
the Ares, it's a nice theory, kind of charging sort of sideways of an Artemis bifector. But I mean, you could just do that just as easily. In fact, significantly better with a Junker Artemis trifector, and you'd have a short range side as well. Oh, and the Devil's Food just getting completely
yeah, I mean, they're
taken
just
apart here.
sitting out in the open
Oh,
against
Nubis
double.
coming in on the Yale rubbish.
But I mean, what are they really gonna do? I mean, they have an Artemis and a Gatling. Like they're not gonna be able to just blitz down a ship like you often see. And their Devil's Food is trying to shoot at the Ares, and every single shot is missing. And if you have a Galleon that can't hit, I mean, that's pretty much GG. And Anubis coming in, they were definitely trying to disable some of the yield rubbish, but as you can tell, they are the one who is getting disabled now and probably going to go down here fairly soon.
Yep, I don't see much hope here for the Anubis. I think just Kate gambled on an unorthodox build here, and I don't think it's going to pay off. But the Devil's Food is coming in, and Anubis is moonshining away. Anubis is still alive. Oh, but he's got on the bad side of Yale rubbish, taking out the engines.
Nice watch barrage actually going
Oh,
after
but
the Ares.
the Devil's Food, I think, is about to get Yale rubbish. Oh, he's going for the ram, but Yale rubbish slips right under.
And now Devil's Food is going to head directly into that dust cloud.
Ares is taking a lot of damage. He's taking permahull. The Devil's Food has been firing on the Ares. While they've been trying to kill the Anubis, Devil's Food has gotten close enough. That sweet spot where that Lumberjack Watcher Hades combination is most effective, close enough to hit consistently with all of them. As we're seeing here.
More or less out of commission in this fight, or at least out of the fight in terms of being able to fire back at everything. So we'll see if the Devil's Food can keep on doing this, but I'm not sure if the Anubis can really hold up.
Yeah, I mean,
Anubis
is going one-on-one with Yale Rubbish, but Yale Rubbish has got the advantage. I
mean,
but however, Anubis has got the. But even if he takes down the, the armor, I mean, he's got to turn really at a perfect angle.
And
the
Anubis gets
on.
taken out by Yale Rubbish right there.
Yep, there we go.
Devil's Food just moved a little bit too far back. I think they actually bumped into the only like debris that's actually on this map here. And now looks like they're firing up at the yield rubbish. Not doing a whole lot. Are connecting with shots, but yeah, I mean, not a whole. Oh, there's a nice lumberjack connection, but
yes,
the rest
Yale
of them
Rubbish balloon is taken down. However, the Ares is close in the distance.
Yeah, they are right up on. And now
right up in his grill.
And the Anubis spawned not too terribly, but they are going to have a long way to get back into this fight.
Well, Anubis does have Moonshine, and he is using it. I think Anubis could get back, and he's already firing the Artemis. But the Devil's Food taking a lot of damage, though. Components on fire, the armor is down.
And a full watch barrage onto the Ares did absolutely nothing. It took down no components. You really needed to be able to take down those front guns at the very minimum.
However,
looks
the
like
Anubis is coming in.
Oh, but now they're on the yield rubbish.
Oh dear, yeah, the
yikes.
Artemis trifecta coming in on the Devil's Food, just tearing him to pieces.
Yeah, gets his armor back up, but he's got basically no guns up right now. Manages to get a watch up.
Stayed alive very long time here, much longer than he has any right to. 2-on-1. The Devil's Food armor's going down. Weapons around.
Anubis charging down at the Ares, and I mean, look, if they had a Gatling or if they had a mortar right now, Ares would be dead.
Well, they do have a mortar, but it's on their left side.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to turn it and time it really awkwardly and perfectly to actually to do it. as Yale Rubbish is now firing on the Anubis, ignoring the Devil's Food completely.
Well, the Devil's Food did have almost all of its guns out, so I could see them wanting to rescue their teammate instead.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Ooh, Hotchbrush coming in onto the Yield Rubbish and taking down nothing. Once again, full Hotchbrush taking down nothing.
Devil's Food can just hit consistently with that Lumberjack. Oh, but
now
Anubis is taking it.
Getting
its armor's
caught.
down.
Mortar shots come raining on in, and well, they do get their armor back up.
Oh, Anubis outranging the mortar shots just in time. Now the Devil's Food, heavy damage on the Yale Rubbish. The Lumberjack shots coming in along with the Watcher.
Yeah. And finally getting some nice connections with that Lumberjack. Continuing with it. But yeah, I mean now they're missing. It's almost with the Lumberjack. It's almost like you have to hit at least, I would say, like 75% of your shots to be
yeah.
to
well,
have
I mean,
a Lumberjack
if you
worth
hit
it.
consistently with it, it's absolutely devastating. If you don't, they can just repair the balloon.
Yep. Yield Rubbish, kind of dragging along the ground a little bit there. Ares coming in onto the Devil's Food. Yeah.
Oh, that's a mistake. That's a big mistake. Ares is right behind the Ares. Anubis is right behind the Ares every step of the way. And
yeah, but they have no killing power once again. I mean, at least not in front.
That is. Oh well, you say that, but they do with help from the Devil's Food.
Devil's Food definitely does. So that's a good, it's a good little shot off there by the Devil's Food.
I mean, maybe that's the idea behind this build. I mean, they come in, taking out guns with the Artemis, and then they strip the armor so the Devil's Food can finish them off.
I mean, if you can pull that off, that's fine. But
well, they pulled it off once at least. It's a proof of concept.
I mean, I just feel like there's not good enough communication on either of these teams, really. I mean, if you take a look at it, both of these teams have been switching up who they're going for. Okay, now we're going on this guy. Now we're going on this guy.
Anubis is going into a bad situation though, as the Ares comes in to body block him. Now the Anubis is close range with the Yale Rubbish and the Ares. It's going to be a little while before the Devil's Food is able to support. This is where the Sacrilege team need to do some heavy focus fire on the Anubis, and the Anubis is taking heavy fire and taken down. Oh, Anubis once again, as we've seen before, didn't stay close enough to his Galleon ally and just charged in. And now the Devil's Food is all alone, 2-on-1. And this may have cost. They may have cost Kate the game here.
Just running on in here. Little Watcher fire going down onto the area. He's actually knocking out his 2 front guns, which is going to help, or at least I guess only 1 front gun, as that Hades is still coming raining on in.
Devil's Food has had it. Anubis has got to just stay back.
Devil's Food gonna get taken down there. Yield Rubbish using that triple Artemis.
Anubis, no,
its max
no, what are you doing? Oh, Anubis peeking out a cloud cover. No. Oh,
and they
well, he's going for it.
They're getting a couple of shots
off. He knows
off.
that he's meat grinding, and he's doing it anyway.
This is not going to go very well for Anubis at all.
Why? Why, Zion? Why?
They're finally holding up and trying to reverse, but armor is already down. Shot's going to come raining on in here.
I'm speechless. Why? Anubis had plenty of cloud cover. He knew his ally was dead, but he went in anyway.
I mean, maybe if they was just stood at max range and shot off a few Artemis shots, but even then, that's really all that was doing was announcing. Hey,
it's just like poking a hornet's nest, really.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you want to take out a hornet's nest, you get in with like some industrial strength gas or whatever. You don't poke it repeatedly till they all come out and kill you. Or, sting you to death, whatever. If you're allergic. Anyway,
they did manage to stay alive enough
deeper into that metaphor,
for the Devil's Food to come back.
The Anubis taking heavy fire. Oh, but the Devil's Food coming in. Yeah, you're right. The Anubis has tempted the Ares in to an awkward situation. Maybe that was the plan all along.
If that was probably one of the worst plans, but especially since Devil's Food is now getting that triple Artemis trifecta going on from the old Rubbish, taking out all sorts of guns.
Yeah.
They are under constant fire now, and it really doesn't matter for Sacrilege who they're shooting at, as long as it's one particular ship, as they only need 1 more kill here.
Yep, Devil's Food fires on the hull armor's down. Artemis coming. Oh, now switching fire to the Anubis.
Yeah, Anubis.
Weakest ship.
Anubis did get a few guns down on the yield rubbish, so that was good for them. But now their
Anubis
armor is
has
down and they are
gone.
done. So that
It
is
was a interesting build, awkwardly executed.
I mean, Cake is known for taking these odd builds, but I mean that was just a bit too odd.
Well, I just that last charge at the end there, it just seems so unnecessary. I don't know why he did that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. Well,
Hmm.
regardless, congratulations to Sacrilege. They do get to move on. They will go and face the Mad Hatters.